And today I will be discussing accountability and the leader. So, just a quick risk assessment. There are a few tripping hazards. You have your battle buddies' feet, some cores, chairs, book bags, so just be mindful of that. Look. Alright, so just a brief background on myself. When I was in high school, I was a squad leader in JROTC. Anybody ever heard of JROTC? Well, I was also a drum major in band. I had the opportunity to become a squad leader in AIT and basic training, so I know a little bit about accountability and a leader. And this is an unclassified speech. And moving on. So the purpose of this speech is basically just to add to you all this toolbox. So when you go back to your units and just in life, to just remember to be accountable of yourself. And since we came to this course hoping to develop our skills as leaders, so hopefully whatever I share with you all today will add to your wealth of knowledge as it relates to being accountable. So this is a brief overview of the things that we'll discuss today. We will define accountability. We will discuss the traits of an accountable leader. We will discuss the power of accountability, leading by example, and lastly, how to improve accountability. So, what is accountability? Sorry, Clinton, I'm glad you asked. Accountability, in the most simplest terms, is basically taking responsibility of yourself, and since we all want to be leaders, one day we'll have to take responsibility for others, the actions of others, if we haven't already done so. So, the three traits that we'll discuss today is dependability, effective communication, and being committed. So when I think of someone who is dependable, I see this person as being trustworthy. Your followers look at you as someone who will get the mission done and someone who will take care of them. As it relates to effective communication, it's really important for us as leaders to develop an atmosphere where our followers they feel comfortable coming up to us, and we're constantly offering feedback. We offer them praise when they're doing a good job, and when there's something that they should improve on, we offer that criticism at all times. And sometimes when people become leaders, they may feel that I've arrived, I don't need to improve, but it's also important for us to receive feedback from others. So we'll say, be able to take a step back and say, hey, I need to improve on this. And I feel like if people aren't coming up to you telling you what you should work on, then maybe you have presented yourself as a person that's standoffish. So that's something to keep in mind when you're a leader, to have that open door of communication. The last trait that we'll discuss is commitment. So commitment is really a big one. When I think of a person that's committed, I think of someone who is personally invested. And I'm pretty sure you may be that person at your unit, or you've seen that person. This person is kind of like a busybody. They're always up, moving around, always trying to do things to improve the organization. They're not stagnant. So as leaders, I believe that this is something that we should be committed, because we're saying that we want to step into these leadership positions. I believe that followers will be able to see and notice, like, hey, my leader isn't committed. They're just here for the paycheck or just to say that I'm in a position. But we have to be committed as leaders. Right. Leading by example. So leading by example, having the ability to be accountable for oneself and followers is a powerful tool for leaders who want to be successful. Individuals in leadership positions have the ability to shape the attitudes and perceptions of their followers. And one way that I believe as leaders that we can lead by example is being personally developed. So sometimes as leaders, when we get into certain positions, we feel like we've arrived, I don't need any more training, or I don't need to be educated. But being a leader is a lifelong process, and we'll always be learning. So whenever we do go back to our units, and some of y'all may be sergeant majors one day, it's going to require us to engage in more training and more leading. And whenever you do this, I believe that your followers will say, hey, my leader, they're a good leader, but they're always striving to be better. So the only way we will accomplish this is by training and being educated. Next, how to improve accountability. So an accountable leader offers mentorship that will enable their followers to use their personal strengths to better the organization. And I believe that one way we can improve accountability is by mentorship. So just getting to know your people on a personal level, kind of honing in on their skills, their their unique traits and seeing how their traits will be able to improve the organization, and also what the organization can do for those people. Just building that mentorship, having a relationship and knowing the people that you're working with, not just seeing numbers, but not just seeing rulers, but knowing your people. The next thing that I believe that improves accountability for a leader, or improves accountability for an organization as a whole, is maintaining and measuring results. And one way that we can do that is by the SMART model. Has anybody ever heard of the SMART model? All right. So the SMART model basically says there's 5 steps. The goals that you set within the organization should be specific and measurable. So, for example, if I'm at drill and if I'm told, or if I tell someone, next drill we're going to in process 100 soldiers. So it's specific and measurable. I'm telling them the exact amount of people that we plan to in process. The second step is that it is achievable with effort. So the goal, it shouldn't be something that's too easy, but it shouldn't be too difficult at the same time. The next step is it should be relevant. Whatever goals that you're setting within your organization and whatever goals that you're presenting to your followers, it should be something that's relevant to the organization's mission. And lastly, it should be time and resource constrained. So you should have a time hack. This is when it's going to happen. This is the day. This is the hour. And by doing so, you're basically letting your people, you're allowing your people to have time to prioritize. Okay, Sergeant Horsley, she gave us until July 30th to accomplish this mission. That now they have the time, and then they can kind of figure out what resources they're going to need for that. All right. In summary, we discussed accountability in the leader, traits of an accountable leader, what it means to be a positive role model, and what it means to cultivate accountability within your organization. I'm not done yet. There's more. This is going to take too long, so I'll just do it a cappella. Mic check, mic check. When I say count, you say ability. Count. Ability. Oh, no. When I say, give me a clap. Just give me a clap. Okay. When I say count, you say ability.
Okay.
Wait.
You got this. You say.
When I say count, you say ability. Count.
Ability.
Count.
Ability.
When I say count, you say ability. Count.
Ability.
Count.
Ability.
Now, if you really want to improve your leadership skills, DJ Gabby gonna show you how to do it for real. Count.
Ability.
Count.
Ability.
Count.
Ability.
Count.
Ability.
Sergeants, be accountable. That's it. Any questions?